In the glittering world of Hollywood, where the lights shine bright and the cameras never stop rolling, the pressures can be overwhelming.
There is no point.
Behind the smiles and the glamour, many stars face battles we can hardly imagine, with some turning to substances for solace.
All of it makes me look at my life, and I'm awfully tired of it.
Today, we're peeling back the curtain to reveal the true stories of talents who lost their way in the haze of addiction. Here are 20 actors destroyed by drugs. Number 20, Mel Gibson. Making a name for himself in the 1980s, particularly with his role in the 1981 film Gallipoli, Gibson quickly became known as a formidable actor. For over 2 decades, he remained at the pinnacle of his career, but his journey was not without its challenges. Controversial comments and personal issues eventually tarnished his reputation, leading to a period in the 2000s where he stepped away from the limelight, finding work scarce. However, Gibson's directorial prowess shone through with the 2016 film Hacksaw Ridge, marking a significant comeback. Despite his professional success, Gibson battled personal demons, rarely discussed openly. He has shared that he started drinking at 13, leading to a series of alcohol-related incidents that would shadow his career. In 1984, an incident in Canada resulted in a 3-month ban from driving after a drunk driving crash. His struggles continued, facing another significant charge in 2006, leading to 3 years of probation. Despite these issues, Gibson's professionalism on set remained undisputed. His ability to maintain a strong work ethic, even while admitting to drinking heavily each morning, surprised many colleagues. Gibson's struggle with alcoholism, a battle familiar to his family, led him to commit to recovery efforts, acknowledging the importance of overcoming such challenges. Number 19, Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, celebrated as one of the most talented singers and actors in the history of American music, sold over 200 million records worldwide. Despite her illustrious career and enchanting voice, Houston battled personal demons that cast a shadow over her achievements. It was widely speculated that Houston struggled with drug addiction, a suspicion she confirmed in a revealing 2009 interview with Oprah Winfrey. In the interview, Houston opened up about her use of marijuana and more potent substances, sharing the emotional pain that drove her to substance abuse. She described a vicious cycle of trying to mask her inner turmoil and resorting to drugs to prevent others from seeing her vulnerability. Houston also spoke candidly about seeking help, revealing that she entered rehabilitation programs in 2003 and 2004 in an attempt to overcome her addiction. Despite her efforts to battle her demons, Whitney Houston's life came to a tragic end in 2012. The autopsy report indicated that her body contained traces of alcohol and various narcotics, which were identified as contributing factors to her untimely death. Number 18, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan's rise to fame in the 1990s and early 2000s was meteoric, thanks to her standout roles in films like The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday. Initially, her talent made her a sought-after actress for many Hollywood producers. However, Lohan's penchant for nightlife and a series of irresponsible choices soon overshadowed her career. Reports of her arriving late to sets or missing shoots altogether due to her late-night activities began to circulate, leading to her being informally blacklisted from the industry after 2007. Lohan's personal troubles escalated with multiple arrests for driving under the influence and car accidents, underscoring her struggles with substance abuse. In a candid admission during a court hearing related to one of her DUI charges, Lohan acknowledged the chaos of her life, attributing it to her addictions to drugs and alcohol. She expressed a desire to reclaim her health and control over her life, committing to seeking medical help to address her issues. Since completing rehab in 2013, Lohan has shown signs of recovery, staying clear of substance abuse and working towards rebuilding her life and career. Despite her progress, the impact of her past actions on her professional opportunities and personal relationships remains significant. Number 17, Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin, once the beloved child star of the classic Christmas film Home Alone, experienced a meteoric rise to fame that brought him not only global recognition, but also significant financial success. By the time he starred in other hits like Richie Rich, Culkin had amassed a fortune estimated at $13 million. However, the pressures and scrutiny that accompanied his fame soon began to weigh heavily on him. In an effort to take control of his life and finances, Culkin made the bold decision to emancipate himself from his parents. This move, while aimed at securing his autonomy and wealth, also placed him under intense public scrutiny, marking the beginning of a challenging period in his life. Culkin's struggles with substance abuse, including both illegal drugs and prescription medications, became a focal point for media attention. Despite facing legal issues, including a 2004 arrest related to possession of marijuana and a controlled substance, Culkin managed these challenges with a degree of privacy, rarely divulging details about his personal struggles. However, in 2012, a particularly concerning image of Culkin looking unusually thin and unwell circulated, prompting widespread speculation and concern over his health and well-being. Initially, Culkin addressed these concerns by denying any ongoing drug use, attempting to quell rumors of a relapse. Number 16. Judy Garland. Judy Garland, an icon of the silver screen, captured hearts worldwide as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Unlike her peers in the 1940s and 50s who grew up playing with toys, Garland grew up in the limelight, performing alongside some of cinema's most legendary characters. Her extraordinary talent was recognized with multiple awards, including a Golden Globe, and she made history as the first woman to win a Grammy Award. However, by the 1960s, Garland's star began to dim, and she faced a tragic end just a few years later. The cause, a long-concealed secret, ultimately led to her downfall. Garland's early fame brought immense pressure and scrutiny, affecting her self-esteem and mental health. Film executives frequently criticized her appearance, contributing to a negative self-image that haunted her from childhood. To cope with these pressures, Garland turned to drugs and alcohol, choices that exacerbated her struggles. Her substance abuse took a toll on her career in the late 1950s and early 60s, causing financial distress and accumulating debt. Despite her challenges, Garland's impact on the entertainment industry and her audience remained profound. She had a unique ability to touch people's hearts, a gift that actor James Mason highlighted at her eulogy, noting her unparalleled capacity to move even the most stoic individuals to tears. Number 15. Amanda Bynes. Rising to fame in the mid-1990s with Nickelodeon's All That at just 13 years old, Bynes quickly became a household name among young audiences. Her talent was undeniable, leading her to star in The Amanda Show, which further solidified her status as a teen icon. Transitioning to film, she appeared alongside notable actors like Colin Firth in What a Girl Wants, Frankie Muniz in Big Fat Liar, and Channing Tatum in She's the Man, showcasing her versatility and appeal. However, in 2010, a pivotal moment came when Bynes announced her departure from acting on Twitter, citing a loss of joy in her work. This marked the beginning of a series of legal and personal struggles. Between 2012 and 2013, Bynes faced allegations of driving under the influence, involvement in hit-and-run incidents, and mental health and drug misuse issues, leading to a temporary conservatorship. Bynes has been open about her use of marijuana from an early age, and her experimentation with drugs like cocaine and ecstasy. Additionally, she struggled with the misuse of Adderall, initially obtained for an attention deficit condition. In 2023, a public incident resulted in Bynes' hospitalization, underscoring her ongoing battle with mental health and substance abuse, nearly a decade after her conservatorship began. Number 14. David Hasselhoff. In 2007, a video surfaced that showed a side of David Hasselhoff many fans hadn't seen before. The beloved Baywatch star was depicted in a vulnerable moment, inebriated and struggling to eat a hamburger on the kitchen floor of his Las Vegas home. This footage, recorded by his daughter Taylor Ann, starkly contrasted the image of Hasselhoff as the composed and charismatic figure known to the public. The revelation of his struggle with alcohol addiction was a shock to many, unveiling the personal challenges he faced behind the scenes. This episode brought to light Hasselhoff's battle with alcoholism, a struggle that had previously led to significant personal and legal challenges, including a DUI in 2004 and a reported incident in 2006 where he was allegedly too intoxicated to board a British Airways flight, a claim Hasselhoff has denied. The incident captured in the video also ignited a custody dispute, threatening Hasselhoff's relationship with his two teenage daughters and serving as a wake-up call for the actor. Determined to reclaim control of his life, Hasselhoff recognized the need for change. His journey toward sobriety had begun years earlier, with his first entry into rehabilitation in 2002, signaling the onset of his fight against addiction. Since then, Hasselhoff has been committed to managing his alcoholism, taking significant steps to maintain his sobriety and stay out of the negative limelight. Number 13. Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher is widely recognized for her iconic role as Princess Leia in the Star Wars saga, a role that brought her immense fame and a successful acting career spanning several decades. Despite her on-screen success, Fisher's off-screen life was marked by personal challenges, including a long-standing battle with bipolar disorder. This mental health condition led to periods of mood swings and depression, which Fisher openly discussed in various interviews, including one with Stephen Fry. In her efforts to manage the symptoms of her bipolar disorder, Fisher turned to self-medication with narcotics and prescription drugs. In an interview with Psychology Today, she candidly shared that these substances made her feel normal, helping her maintain a semblance of balance amidst her mental health struggles. Beyond drug use, Fisher also explored other treatments for her condition, including electroconvulsive therapy, which she hoped would offer relief from her symptoms. Despite Fisher's public acknowledgement of her struggles and attempts at treatment, her health suffered significantly from her reliance on drugs and unconventional therapies. Conditions such as sleep apnea and atherosclerosis, exacerbated by her substance use, impacted her well-being. Tragically, these health issues contributed to her untimely death in December 2016 at the age of 60. Following her passing, Fisher's daughter, Billie Lourd, reflected on her mother's lifelong struggle with drug addiction and mental health, underscoring the profound impact these challenges had on Fisher's life. Number 12. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, known worldwide as the king of rock and roll, left an indelible mark on music and culture. However, his remarkable career was marred by a struggle with drug addiction, leading to his untimely death on August 16, 1977. On that day, Presley was found unresponsive in the bathroom of his Graceland mansion in Memphis by his girlfriend. Despite being rushed to the hospital, attempts to revive him were unsuccessful, and he was pronounced dead. Initially, it was reported that Presley died of a heart condition known as cardiac arrhythmia. Subsequent investigations, however, unveiled a more complex cause. A toxicology report indicated the presence of high levels of opiates, quaaludes, and other substances in his system, pointing towards long-term abuse of prescription medications, including painkillers, tranquilizers, and sleeping aids. This abuse was further linked to significant health issues, such as severe constipation, a common side effect of opiate misuse. Presley's dependency on these medications was facilitated by his personal physician, Dr. George Nicopolis, also known as Dr. Nick. Over nearly a decade, Dr. Nick provided Presley with thousands of doses of addictive pills, claiming at times to substitute them with placebos to mitigate the addiction. Nevertheless, Dr. Nicopolis faced legal repercussions for overprescribing, leading to the suspension of his medical license by the Tennessee Board of Medical Examiners in 1995, despite being acquitted earlier. Presley's health was further compromised by obesity, type 2 diabetes, and an enlarged heart, conditions exacerbated by his drug use and poor diet. These factors collectively contributed to his death at the age of 42, a tragic end for a revered cultural icon. Number 11. Britney Murphy. Britney Murphy, once a bright-eyed child star from New Jersey, navigated the challenging transition to adult stardom with notable grace. Raised by her single mother, Sharon Murphy, Britney's talent shone early on, leading to commercial and television roles by the age of 17. Her breakout role came as Ty in the beloved film Clueless, catapulting her to international fame. This success paved the way for critically acclaimed performances in Girl Interrupted and 8 Mile. However, what should have been the pinnacle of her career instead marked the beginning of a tragic downfall. Tabloid speculation frequently targeted Murphy's personal life, overshadowing her professional accomplishments with baseless gossip. On December 20, 2009, the entertainment world was shocked by the news of her untimely death at just 32 years old. The coroner's report attributed her death to pneumonia, compounded by iron deficiency anemia and multiple drug intoxication. On the day she passed, Murphy had taken a combination of prescription medications, including an antidepressant, an anti-seizure drug, an anti-inflammatory medication, and Vicoprofen for menstrual pain. This mix of medications, rather than illicit drug abuse, was identified as a critical factor in her sudden death. Number 10. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Philip Seymour Hoffman, an Oscar-winning actor known for his role in the Hunger Games series and many critically acclaimed performances, is remembered as one of the most talented actors of his generation. From his early 20s, Hoffman struggled with substance abuse, including heavy drinking and heroin use. His battle with addiction led him to seek treatment at the age of 22, a step that marked the beginning of his journey towards recovery. This experience shaped him profoundly, and he was open about his struggles with his family, providing them with a candid insight into his past to help them understand the challenges he faced. For over 2 decades, Hoffman maintained his sobriety, building a successful career and a family life grounded in transparency about his addiction. However, in the midst of a midlife crisis, he relapsed. This return to substance abuse caught those around him off guard, as they had grown accustomed to his sobriety. His situation worsened as he began to use prescription opioids and escalated his alcohol consumption. Following his participation in the Broadway play Death of a Salesman, Hoffman's experimentation with heroin resumed, leading him down a path from which he would not return. Despite seeking help and undergoing rehab twice, Hoffman could not overcome his addiction. On February 2, 2014, he tragically passed away from acute mixed drug intoxication, which included heroin, cocaine, benzodiazepines, and amphetamine, at the age of 46. Number 9. Tara Reid. Tara Reid, an actress celebrated for her roles in iconic films like American Pie and The Big Lebowski, has also made her mark in the world of entertainment through diverse ventures. Beyond her acting, Reid has been featured in prominent magazines such as Rolling Stone, Cosmopolitan, and Playboy. She expanded her entrepreneurial spirit by opening a restaurant named Ketchup and launching her own clothing line, showcasing her versatility beyond the silver screen. However, Reid's journey encountered significant personal challenges, particularly related to health and wellness. In a candid revelation, Reid shared her experience with plastic surgery in 2006, a decision that unfortunately resulted in complications, leaving a lasting impact on her. Additionally, her lifestyle was marred by excessive alcohol consumption and the use of harmful substances, prompting a crucial intervention in her life. Recognizing the need for change, Reid sought help and entered a rehabilitation facility in 2008. This step marked a pivotal moment in her life, leading to profound personal growth and recovery. Reflecting on her experience, Reid has expressed that choosing to go to rehab was the most significant decision she ever made, crediting it with saving her life. Although the scars from her past struggles with substance abuse and surgery complications persist, Reid is committed to moving forward and healing. Number 8. Britney Spears. Britney Spears, globally recognized as the pop princess, significantly shaped the music and cultural landscape of the early 2000s. Beyond her celebrated career, Spears faced personal and legal challenges that captivated public attention, particularly her battle to end a conservatorship that controlled many aspects of her life from 2019 until its termination in 2021. Despite her continued popularity and success, Spears' journey has been fraught with obstacles not apparent in the glitz of her public persona. In 2007, revelations about Spears' struggles with substance abuse surfaced, casting a shadow over her dazzling career. A close associate disclosed that Spears had been battling addiction for 5 years, attempting to find sobriety amidst personal turmoil. This period marked a difficult chapter in her life, complicated further by the constraints of her conservatorship. During the conservatorship, Spears was reportedly given medications like Adderall by her caretakers, an aspect of her life scrutinized by law enforcement officials such as Officer Fernando Flores. Flores, who had frequent interactions with Spears, observed dramatic fluctuations in her behavior, including moments where she expressed beliefs in parallel universes, a testament to her troubled state during this time. Number 7. DMX. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, DMX rose to fame, becoming one of the most prominent figures in the rap and hip-hop industry. His tracks, including Where the Hood At and X Gon Give It To Ya, catapulted to the top of the charts, solidifying his status as a rap icon. These songs continue to resonate with fans, showcasing DMX's enduring legacy in music. However, DMX's journey was marked by personal and legal challenges that overshadowed his career achievements. DMX, born Earl Simmons, faced significant struggles beyond the spotlight, particularly with substance abuse. He was introduced to crack cocaine at the tender age of 14, an encounter that would profoundly impact his life. This early exposure set off a spiral of addiction that DMX battled throughout his career, leading to multiple stints in rehabilitation facilities. Despite his efforts to overcome his addiction, including a commitment to sobriety upon becoming a father, DMX's struggle with substance abuse led to a tragic end. In April 2021, at the age of 50, DMX succumbed to an overdose, a devastating loss to the music world and his fans. Despite his lifelong battle with addiction, DMX's influence on hip-hop and rap music remains undisputed. His raw, unfiltered lyrics and unique sound have left an indelible mark on the industry, earning him respect and admiration as a true hip-hop legend. Number 6. Majek Fashek. Majek Fashek, affectionately known as the Rainmaker, was a celebrated Nigerian songwriter and musician who left a significant mark on the music industry in the 1980s and 90s. His talent led him to work with international stars like Snoop Dogg, Michael Jackson, and Beyoncé, showcasing his global appeal and influence. However, Fashek's career was not without its challenges, as he faced a long battle with substance abuse that became particularly debilitating in the 2000s and 2010s. By 2015, news surfaced that Fashek was nearly bankrupt and struggling deeply with narcotics addiction. Images of him appearing frail and significantly aged circulated in the media, highlighting the severe impact of his substance abuse. Recognizing the need for help, Fashek entered a rehabilitation center in 2015, marking the beginning of his journey towards recovery. Thankfully, Fashek was able to overcome his addiction, spending the last years of his life returning to his music and reconnecting with family and friends. His resilience and determination to rebuild his life after such a profound struggle were inspirational. Majek Fashek passed away in June 2020 at the age of 57, leaving behind a legacy of musical brilliance and a story of redemption. Number 5. Michael K. Williams. On September 6, 2021, the world lost Michael K. Williams, an Emmy-nominated actor celebrated for his role in HBO's The Wire. Williams' early life was fraught with difficulties, including experiences of bullying and assault, which contributed to his struggles with addiction from a young age. By the time he was 19, Williams found himself deeply involved in drug use, leading him down a path of risky behaviors, including carjacking and credit card fraud, to support his habit. This period of his life left him with an arrest record and a distinctive facial scar, a reminder of a violent encounter with a mugger at 25. Williams' mother, deeply concerned about her son's trajectory, even took out a second life insurance policy, fearing the worst for his future. Despite these challenges, Williams channeled his experiences into his portrayal of Omar Little on The Wire, a character known for living on the fringes of society. To cope with the intensity of this role, Williams turned to cocaine, using it as a means to relate to Omar's extreme lifestyle. During this time, Williams was living in Newark, New Jersey, and working part-time. He credited a nearby ministry with providing him crucial support and helping to save his life. However, the battle with addiction is often a lifelong struggle. On the day of his untimely death, evidence of drug use was discovered in his apartment, including paraphernalia and what was believed to be heroin, ultimately identified as a product laced with fentanyl. The supplier, Irvin Cartagena, known as Green Eyes, was implicated in providing the fatal substance. Number 4. Courtney Love. Courtney Love, renowned for her contributions to both music and film over 4 decades, has a story that intertwines deeply with the history of rock music starting in the 1980s. Her career, however, is not the only aspect of her life that garnered widespread attention. Her tumultuous marriage to Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain was a subject of much fascination and speculation, with a Vanity Fair journalist once describing their bond as uniquely intense. Unfortunately, their relationship was also marked by shared struggles, particularly with heroin use, which ultimately took a toll on their personal lives and Cobain's well-being. The couple's battle with heroin addiction became public, casting a shadow over their relationship and careers. This struggle intensified when Love became pregnant, prompting her to quit heroin abruptly for the sake of their child's health. This period was fraught with challenges, not only for their relationship, but also in the face of media scrutiny. Reports emerged suggesting Love continued to use drugs during her pregnancy, accusations she vehemently denies. Love has suggested that these claims significantly impacted Cobain's mental health, contributing to his tragic suicide 2 years later. In the years following Cobain's death, Love has openly discussed her journey toward recovery, including multiple stints in rehab and a few probation violations. Despite a brief relapse in 2018, she maintains that her days of substance abuse are behind her. Number 3. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn, a luminary of the 1930s and 40s film era, remains an unforgettable figure for classic cinema enthusiasts. His charismatic performances in The Adventures of Robin Hood and Captain Blood cemented his status as a silver screen icon, embodying charm and romantic heroism. Yet, Flynn's off-screen existence was starkly different from the gallant characters he portrayed. Early in his career, Flynn developed a reputation for his indulgent lifestyle, characterized by excessive drinking, smoking, and the use of narcotics. Beyond his substance use, Flynn was known for his numerous romantic encounters, often featuring young actresses at various social gatherings. His notorious reputation for womanizing eventually led to serious legal trouble, with 2 women accusing him of sexual assault. These allegations brought significant national attention, and while Flynn was ultimately acquitted, the trial took a toll on his public image and career trajectory. The impact of Flynn's lifestyle extended beyond his professional life, taking a significant toll on his health. The cumulative effects of his substance abuse and tumultuous personal life contributed to his premature death in 1959 at just 50 years old. Number 2. Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith became a notable figure in the 1990s, captivating audiences as a model, actress, and Playboy playmate. Her rapid ascent to fame began with her selection as Playmate of the Year in 1993, leading to high-profile modeling gigs for brands like Guess, Hennes and Mauritz, and Heatherette. Despite these early successes, Smith's life was overshadowed by a battle with prescription drug addiction, which ultimately led to her tragic death at the age of 39 in February 2007. Initially, Smith used prescription pills as a means to unwind, often combining them with champagne before making public appearances. Over time, however, her dependence on these substances deepened, becoming a mechanism to cope with the stressors in her life, including the profound grief following the loss of her son. In the months before her passing, her bodyguard witnessed troubling scenes of Smith pleading for medication, consuming strong sedatives directly from the bottle, and seeking additional doses soon after the last. This behavior highlighted a growing desperation and loss of control. The involvement of Dr. Sandeep Kapoor, Christina Eroshevich, and her lawyer-turned-boyfriend Howard K. Stern in supplying her with medications exacerbated her situation. Despite Smith's deteriorating health, Stern allowed her to consume alcohol, contrary to medical advice. This reckless management of her addiction led Smith deeper into the throes of substance abuse from which she would not return. Number 1. Heath Ledger. Ledger, who first graced the stage as Peter Pan at the tender age of 10, showed an early passion for acting. By 16, after finishing high school, he ambitiously moved to Sydney with his friend Tommy DiCarlo to pursue his acting career. His feature film debut in Black Rock 1997 marked the beginning of what promised to be a luminous career. Ledger's move to the United States led to his breakthrough role in the 1999 hit 10 Things I Hate About You, which set the stage for his rise to fame, culminating in his iconic portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight. Despite his professional success, Ledger's personal life was fraught with challenges, including reports of drug misuse and significant sleep issues, casting a shadow over his achievements. His untimely death on January 22, 2008, at the age of 28, was a profound loss to the acting community and his fans worldwide. Found unconscious in his bed by his massage therapist and housekeeper, emergency services pronounced him dead upon their arrival. The toxicology report later revealed the presence of 6 types of medication, including painkillers, anti-anxiety drugs, and sleeping pills, in his system at the time of his death. Although there were rumors of heroin and cocaine use, these claims were not substantiated. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.